Hi, welcome to the Quantity Surveying Studio. Today's video is going to be a bit different. Here I'll be focusing on the topic of CV. Now, I've been getting a lot of CVs from many of my LinkedIn connections asking me if I could help them with their next career move. So when I go through their CVs, there are few things that I find out and tell them that these things needs to be changed so that you could get interview calls. I also got feedback from them telling me that once that was done, they've started getting interview calls. So I thought that I could make a video focusing on this topic. So the most important and common thing that I've seen in most of the CVs are the graphics, the lines, the tables that they're using in their CVs. So my advice is to keep your CV very, very simple and basic. If you do that, then definitely you're going to get interview calls. Cracking the interview depends entirely on you, how you're going to perform on the interview day. But if you follow the steps that I'm going to say in this video, then definitely I am sure that you will start getting interview calls. That is for sure. So in this video, I'll be mainly focusing on my profession, like quantity survey profession. But this definitely, the template that I'm going to explain to you can be used by any professional in working in any industry. So the basic layout is going to be helpful for anyone. But since I am a QS, I'll be using some QS terminologies and words to help build your CV. But the same work-related words or your responsibilities can be changed according to your professional. So let's start. Now, first thing that you need to include in your CV is a header. That needs to be there in all the pages of your CV. When you make your CV in your Word document, you have to put this in each page header. There should be your name, your email ID, and your contact detail, your phone number. So this should be repeated in all your headers of all your pages in your CV. Next is a photo. Now, depending on the country where you're applying, a photograph might be needed or might not be needed. For example, in Middle East, a photo is a mandatory. Without it, mostly your CV will get rejected. In India, it depends. Like a photo is better. If it is not there also, it is okay. In UK, mostly photos are not required. So depending on which country you're applying for, a photo can be included or not included. It is always included on the right side of your first page of your CV. And it should be a professional, formal type of photo with a white background. Your social media type of photos is a big no. It should be in a formal attire. So make sure that it is a professional one. So now let's start the body of your CV. So your first heading should be career objective. So in just 2 or 3 simple sentences, just mention your objective, your aim or your goals, what you're going to achieve in your career and how you're going to help your next employer with your knowledge and expertise. So this should be in a basic way mentioned in 2-3 sentences so that your first introduction is set from your CV. Now the next heading should be your educational qualification. So in bullet points, you should first mention your latest educational qualification. If you have done your postgraduate, mention that. Then your graduate. Your school qualification is not required. So please understand that this CV template that I'm explaining is mainly for people who have experience. This is not for freshers. So for freshers, there is a different, some more sections needs to be added. But this format that I'm explaining is mainly focusing on people who are experienced. So as I said, educational qualification, your highest degree should be mentioned first, then your next degree. Basically, what your degree is, from where you did that degree, and the year Like if you have done your BTech, your engineering, so mention that year. If it is 2002 to 2006, though mainly it is for 4 years. If your postgraduate is for 2 years, mention that year 2009 to 2011, and from which university or which college you have done. So these details are enough. Your marks attained or your percentage attained does not matter. So it is not required actually. Now the next heading will be your work experience. So basically you have to mention your period of work, what organization you have worked for, and what your designation was in that organization, and the location where you have worked in that company. So these are the main details required for each bullet point. For each organization you have to mention these details. Now I've seen in many CVs that they also put up their responsibilities and what their work assignments were, or what they have done in that work under each organization. So this, I feel that is not required under this section, because if you're a quantity surveyor, in every company your work responsibilities is going to be kind of similar. It's just that it is a different company, maybe different projects, but basically the work being done is going to be similar. So if you're going to put that in under each organization, below each organization, what your responsibilities are, it is kind of becoming repetitive. So I feel that when you put your work experience under the work experience heading, just mention that your first bullet point will be your period, like April 2020 to present is your first line. Next is your organization name, XYZ. Next is your designation, MEP quantity surveyor or civil quantity project quantity surveyor. Next is your location, Bangalore, Karnataka, or Sharjah, UAE, Dubai, UAE. So similarly, you can put your next organization. So where you're working currently should be mentioned first, and the chronological order should be like that. We are working at present should be mentioned first, and then it goes on in that order. Now the next heading is going to be the most important one. Then that is the area and knowledge of work, wherein you mention whatever responsibilities you have carried out in your previous organizations, whatever knowledge you have. So that you can mention in each bullet point. Just consider, like if you are a QS, and first mention what you have done in your company and put up that in a sentence or two in your first bullet point. Like if you're done making payment application, you mention that preparing payment applications using Excel or something and using marked drawings as backup. That will be your first assignment. Next is if you're done quantity takeoff, quantity measurement using such and such softwares, AutoCAD, Bluebeam, PlanSwift. Next, if you're done variation claims, mention how we have done it, notifying the client for variation claims. Next, if you have done some rate analysis, how we have done that rate analysis for variation works, estimating for tendering works. Then next is your knowledge about the standard forms of contract or the standard method of measurement like FIDIC, SMM7 or POMI. So mention that as a heading, as a bullet point. Then different reports, if you have prepared the cost management reports or various other reports that you prepare in your organization. Then if you have done some tendering activities, how you have done it, like raising queries, and if you're attending meeting for tender related activities, all those you can mention as one bullet point. So all your responsibilities and work related activities that you've done can be mentioned in each bullet point. So this will cover your entire work knowledge in one section rather than putting it under each organization under your work experience heading. So it will be crisp and clear under this heading. All your works that you have attained knowledge on can be put up in this heading. Now the next heading will be your projects handles. Now this is another thing that I've seen in many CVs, that people don't mention the projects that they have worked on. So maybe they might have worked in different lot of projects, so mentioning each and everything is not possible. So you can mention it according to your work type. Like if it is post-contract and pre-contract, you can put your post-contract projects that you have worked on. If it is a pre-contract project, you must have worked on a lot of ones, but you can mention the important ones. It can be also mentioned as type-wise. Like if you have worked on many educational projects, you can just mention 2 of the most important ones. If you have worked on a very large number of high-rise buildings, just mention any 2 important famous ones. And post-contract assignments, there might not be much, so it is better to mention the project name. And I would not suggest to give more details on it, because then your CV is going to get extended a lot. You can, during your interview time, if the interviewer asks you about the project, you can give details about it, like how many floors it was, what was the built-up area, and all those details can be given once the interviewer asks. So giving details, a lot of details is not required. Just a project name and the location of the project, that is enough. So you can mention it under pre-contract and post-contract in 2 different bullet points. Now finally, the last heading will be your personal details. In your personal details, the main things that needs to be mentioned is your current address, your date of birth, your marital status, your languages known, the driving license. Like Middle East companies, they look for people who have driving license. So if you have that, you can mention that also under personal details. And finally, a few of your hobbies and interests can be mentioned in hobbies and interests. And I've seen people putting their very, very private details like passport number or PAN card number or something like that also under personal details. So it is not required, not at all required. Please don't mention all your personal IDs under personal details. Some fraud people can use it to, do some fraudulent activities on you. So please don't mention all these numbers under personal details. Whatever I have mentioned is more than enough. So I hope this video was informative. If you need the template of whatever I have explained in this video, I have made a Word template, and just put up your email ID, I can send you, and you can use that template to build up your CVs. If you need any help on building up your CVs, also let me know. I'll try my best to help you out to build your CVs. So I wish you all the very best in your next career move. Hope you guys have a great professional life. Right now, stay safe in your house and just get out of your house only if it is really, really important. Keep learning. Stay safe. Bye.